right, let's talk about it. So when it comes to getting verified on social media, they have very specific rules and regulations to verify people. Social media platforms use this to identify who the real people are and who are the fake accounts. Now, because there are millions and billions of users on social media, they cannot verify each and every person. We all have lots of accounts and lots of different things, and it's a lot. There's a lot going on. So they typically reserve this for celebrities or industry leaders, thought leaders, people who are doing really well inside of their space and are identified as leadership. Now, with that in mind, they're looking for very specific things in order to qualify you to verify you. So you have the ability to ask for verification. You can submit on the social platforms to get verified, to get that little blue check mark that says, really is this person? But that becomes a very specific screening process. You have to have a lot of press, and not just like your local newspaper wrote about you, but like Forbes has written an article specifically about you. You have been on Entertainment Tonight. You specifically, not like in a group, not like I was an appearance, not like you were a footnote, not like I was standing in the crowd, but you have done something so significant that you have had major press, the New York Times, the Wall Street Journal, something right about you, and not just one thing. You kind of have to have a lot of those things. So when you submit for verification, they're looking to see, are you really as famous, as important, as much of a leader as you're saying that you are? Does the industry acknowledge you? Does the general public acknowledge you? It takes a very long time to get verified if you do not have significant amounts of press. So with that in mind, your goal is now to get significant amounts of press. Even if you look on something like TikTok and you look at the biggest creators, it has taken them years to get verified, and they had to go through a really long process of that, even though they're TikTok famous, even if they have millions and millions of followers. So it's not necessarily about your number count, it's about your standing in the industry that you're in. So they are looking for people who have significant amounts of press where multiple outlets have said, this person is worth watching. This person is worth paying attention to. Now, it can sometimes help if you do have a lot of accounts trying to be you. So if people are impersonating you, that could give them a little shove, but you still have to be able to back yourself up. So you and I are not important enough to get that verification checkmark until we are. Until we've done something so significant that many, many, many people in our industries are talking about us, publishing about us, and putting us out there as a thought leader or as an industry leader in our space. Because when a lot of different people have said, yeah, this person is legit, is worth it, is a thought leader, is consistent, is going to be there again and again and again, then they'll say, okay, we see that you've done enough. We see that you've put the effort in. We see that you're making the effort and you're doing all these things. And it helps if you're verified on another platform as well. So if you're trying to get verified on Instagram, it's helpful to be verified on TikTok first. It's a vicious little circle. It's a cycle. It's not fun to go through. And the chances of anybody getting verified are very, very low. So until you reach your absolute peak and you're getting tons of press and lots of really famous people are talking about you, you've got a lot of things going on that you can offer all at the same time within a specific time frame. Until you get to that point, you are not going to be verified for any reason, because we're just not cool enough for that. Because they have to be very specific and very careful about that. And yeah, it is going to be a very long process. So you can submit, by all means, go ahead and try, but be aware that you're going to get turned down. And you have specific time frames that you can invest into requesting to be verified. So you have to wait a period of time before you request again if you're denied. So do not do it unless you think you have enough press to be interesting enough to be verified. So just take that into consideration and then work very strongly toward making a difference in your industry and getting press on it, and a lot of press on it, and press in a specific amount of time so that you can say, okay, over the course of these 3 months, I was represented by 10 different major publications and all of these things. Here's the proof. Here it is. Because if it's too far away, like if it happened last year, it's no longer going to count. So you want to make sure that you are up on your game and you're making friends in the different spaces that could potentially be writing articles about you. And hey, listen, Listen, I do recommend that you work with other people. Make friends at different publications and different websites on different big platforms. Make friends with the reporters and then show off each other so that you can get your friends press and they can get you press. And then it's not like, please write about me, but it's saying, here is this really cool person. You should get to know them. You should write about them. And that's a lot less icky. So make sure that you're learning who's in charge of writing these different publications. You're making friends with them. You're bringing your friends to them. And you're working together to get everybody on that boat that's rising up together. Make sense? Verification. It is a difficult process, and most of us will not get it in our lifetime, but you should continue to try because it's definitely helpful once you have it.